These are 3 things to never do when she ghosts you. Now I know you guys don't want to lose your motion, so I really need you to lock in. Number 1, never ask her why she ghosted you. Do not sit there and be like, why you don't talk to me no more? You really not gonna text me? You busy? Like, you know how desperate and weak you sound, my boy? That is a bad look. And it really looked like that you giving her too much power over you. You really gonna sit there and wonder why somebody not texting you no more? Stand up, bro. You probably was just giving her too much attention and seemed desperate. That's probably what made her start ignoring you in the first place. Number 2, sending subliminal messages through your story. I just want to say, girls know when you're trying too hard and when you're trying to impress them. You do not have to sit there and post subliminal messages on your story. Really, you ain't even got to start posting girls on your story. You never did that before. Now because she stopped talking to you, you want to start showing your life off. Like, just vibe, bro. Take that one to the chin. Doing that just gonna push them further away. 3, don't be rude to her in person. When you rude to a girl in person because she stopped texting you, that just shows that you're hurt, bro. Do not do that. You gotta walk past her like nothing happened. Cause once you start disrespecting her and doing too much, you definitely gonna be looked at as a loser. And you do not want that, my boy.
That's all facts. Everything he said was facts. Shout out to him. It sound like these young boys is waking up, man. Look, as crazy as it sounds, I love to think that some of the stuff on my channel is catching wind and getting into conversations and seeping into the consciousness of the young man. You understand? Because these older cats, they can't be saved. Like, shout out to Shannon Sharp, right? Like, they cannot be saved out here. But I think these younger cats is having they got a chance to make it happen, and a lot of them are waking up. So, kudos to these young men for waking up, and shout out to this young dude for putting this video together, because everything he's talking is facts. But of course, I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna touch on different things that he talked about and explain a little bit more why it's important to your masculine identity. Before I get into the 3 things that he talked about specifically, I just want to say in general, guys, you shouldn't even notice when a girl has ghosted you. Okay? You shouldn't even notice. The only time I would say that you might notice when a woman ghosts you, or if a woman is going out of her way to not speak to you and all that, is if you're already in a relationship, meaning that you've already taken her through the vetting process. And if you guys want to find out more about what the vetting process is and how it works, make sure you go over to badboymembership.com. Holla at my man, Mr. Lucario. He basically invented the vetting process. If you hear any other cat out here talking about a vetting process, he is definitely stolen from Mr. Lucario, the bad boy of the dating game. So make sure you go check out Mr. Lucario if you want to find out more about the vetting process. All right. So the only time that you should actually notice when a woman is quote unquote ghosting you or trying to pull back away from you is if you're already in a relationship, meaning that you've already taken her through the vetting process. More than likely, she now has a title. She has a position in your life. And there are certain consistencies in place where if she doesn't keep the lines of communication open, it is a noticeable change from the consistencies that have already been established in the relationship. Okay. But anything other than that, you shouldn't even notice when a chick, quote unquote, ghosted you. Because if you just been talking to a chick for a couple of weeks, a couple of months, you should be talking to multiple chicks. You should be hollering at different chicks. You should be dating different chicks. You should be out here doing your thing, especially you young guys, to the point where if a chick is ghosting you or acting like you ain't worth her time and all that other stuff, you don't even have time to really notice that she's now fallen to the back of the queue. Let me tell you something. This whole thing about ghosting, it's only a guy who doesn't have what the young kids call a lot of motion in the dating market and in the dating scene who actually notices that a chick is trying to ghost him or a chick is not getting back to him like that. Because you're supposed to be, again, I'm gonna say it again, like the young kids say, having a whole lot of motion. You should be doing whatever it is you're doing. You should be doing your thing. You should be talking to this girl, talking to that girl, meeting new women, bringing them into the fold. Because here's what you really want to do. What you really want to do is have the women who are truly interested rise to the top of the queue. Do you understand? You want to have them rise to the top ranks through their own action. As a man, that's what it's really about. This is why we play the numbers game. Because we're giving all the women a chance to show who's the real champ. We're giving all the women a chance to show who's truly interested, who truly wants to be a part of the program. So a lot of you guys end up having one-itis, where you go out, you talk to a couple of chicks, and then you finally meet one that's giving you a little bit of attention, and then you focus all your attention and energy on that one. And then when she takes a minute to call you back, right? Or she takes maybe an hour or so to text you back, you start to lose your mind because all your energy is focused on her. What I'm saying is, if you text a girl and she takes hours to text you back, or she doesn't text you back or get back to you till tomorrow, you should have been talking to 3, 4, maybe 5 other chicks, and you probably could have met another one that day. So you're not even worried about it. And guess what? The less you're worried about it is the more she's going to be saying to herself, wow, this dude must really have options, because he ain't even worried about the fact that I didn't get back to him. And guess what that will do? If she's actually interested, it will force her to have to get back to you if she wants to really compete and show herself to be the cream of the crop, the needle in the haystack, the diamond in the rough. You understand? It's up to her to show herself to be the special one. It's up to her to show herself by her actions that she's truly interested in being a part of your life. So if she starts to ghost you, or decides, oh, well, he's not worth my time, or I'm going to get back to him when I feel like it, she's automatically lowering her own standing in the heat, in the running, in the competition, so to speak. Because that's really all it is. Remember, as a man, you are the Fortune 500 company. All these women are just putting in their resumes and trying to get the position. All these women are trying out. As a man, you are the owner of the team. And all these chicks are coming through to the combine trying to run a 4. You understand? They're trying to run a 4 flat to see if they could get on the team. You basically holding tryouts, and all of the athletes who are not trying hard enough, they get cut. And it's not you who actually cut them. They cut themselves by not putting in the effort. That's how you should run it. A woman ghosting you shouldn't even be something you notice, brother. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. You should be about your business, or you should be meeting other women, or a mixture of the two, meaning that you're a busy guy. You got things to do. You have a schedule. You got a job. You got to go to the gym. You got to go do some cool stuff this weekend because you're interested in it, because it's in your hobbies, because your peoples are going to be there, because your family going to be there. Right? You got things to do. Right? And then beyond that, all of these cool places that you're going to, you're meeting brand new women and you're bringing them into the fold. You're collecting resumes. You're holding tryouts. You're holding auditions. That's what you should be doing. You are the one. Don't let these women put you in no position where if she chooses to not hit you back, then your whole life is in disarray. Like, oh my God, bro, she's ghosting me. What am I going to do? That's not how it works, brother. If a woman decides to ghost you, you shouldn't even notice, because all she's doing, like I said, is lowering herself in the standings. So while she's lowering her own standings due to her lack of effort and her lack of energy and interest in you, you still got other top choice players in the game that you are prospecting. So say you met a couple of chicks last weekend, and you already got 2 or 3 that you already talking to, and you got another 1 or 2 that you've been on a couple of dates with. That's how it should be. And the women that went on a date with you and they like you, the ones that are interested, they're going to hit you back. And then you got new women coming into the fold, and you setting up dates with them, and they're interested to see you again from when they met you, and they're coming out on the next date, and so on and so forth. So the chick that ghosted you, you don't even have time to notice it because she's like number 8 in the queue. Meanwhile, you got 7 through 1 that you still auditioning. And from maybe 4 through number 1, those are the ones that are on it. Like, as soon as you text them, they text right back. As soon as you tell them where and when to meet you, they write back. So if you're dealing with 3 or 4 that are on it, what do you care about number 7 and number 8 who's not hitting you back, or who's quote unquote ghosting you? You're not supposed to be worried about that. And that part is your mistake. Ghosting me? I didn't, you know what? I didn't even notice I didn't hear back from you. That's how your mentality should be. Like, and when I say it, I don't mean you should go and you should, like, if you see her in the street, you should say that to her. No, I mean, you should actually, honestly, and authentically be on that type of time. Like, oh, snap, I ain't even remember such and such didn't hit me back. I can't even remember her name. I'll just call her girl number 6, girl number 7. Because I'm not even going to take the time to remember. Matter of fact, I haven't even saved your name in my phone yet. When your messages come in, it's still a number. And I got to read through the thread to remember who you are and where I met you at. Because I'm already meeting so many different women. Because my life is dope. I go to dope places, I do dope things, and I meet dope chicks all the time. So a woman ghosting me? What do I care? That is a mentality, guys. But I need it to be an authentic mentality, because you actually should be going out, living a dope life and meeting dope people and doing dope things. And your life should be so rich and so full, and you should be so grateful and appreciative for all the great experiences that you're having, representing your masculine identity, that you don't even remember the ones who are not calling you back. You don't even remember the ones who didn't text you back, because I'm too busy dealing with the ones that are truly interested, and they are exhibiting behaviors and they're putting out effort to rise to the top of my list. So all that ghosting stuff, I don't even know. Ghosting. I don't even remember you, shorty. Like, really? Like, I really don't remember you. Who were you again? If a female that you've been talking to falls to the bottom of the list because she hasn't been hitting you back, the next time let's just say she texts you back like, hey, stranger, hey, big head. You know how they be texting back trying to be all cute and shit. Hey, big head, how you doing? Hey, stranger, haven't heard from you. Your reply should sound something like this. Who this? WHODIS ? Who this? And it should, and guys, I'm telling you, it needs to be so authentic. Like, I'm so serious about the authenticity of this, because if you're not authentic and you're just trying to be a certain way to act like you're cool, then they're going to see right through you. But this is why I want you to appreciate your masculine identity. Go out and live a dope life. Don't let yourself suffer from one-itis. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't go out to meet a couple females. You meet one girl that you think is cute, and then you just zone in on her and put all your energy and effort into her. And then as soon as she doesn't call you back, all of a sudden your life is in disarray. That's crazy. All right. So that's one of the most important things. Now, I'm going to address the 3 things that he talked about in this video and show you why they're also important to your masculine identity, because it's really not trying to worry about getting ghosted. It's about you understanding, being grateful for, and appreciating, meaning raising the value of your masculine identity. So the first thing he talked about was never ask why. Okay, never ask why. Now, I need you guys to understand something about life, especially when you're dealing with relationships. Understand this phrase. It doesn't matter why, it only matters that. Now, what that means is if somebody does something and you think it offends you, or you feel a certain way, or if somebody doesn't keep a promise or whatever, and this is in any facet of life, remember, it doesn't matter why. The reason that they did it doesn't matter. You understand? The reason that they did it doesn't matter. It only truly matters that they did it, especially when dealing with chicks. You have to remember, dealing with females, you're dealing with an insecure, emotional, and a lot of times irrational and very entitled species of human. OK, so you have to be careful not to try to fall into the mind space of a woman, because men and women are different, especially in the mind. Men are more logical. Women are more emotional. Men are more straight to the point. Women have to take a whole bunch of curves to get to the same spot. So asking a woman why is like falling into quicksand, because no reason will ever be enough to keep you on a strong foundation. OK, asking a woman why is like falling into quicksand, because no reason will be enough to give you good footing or strong standing ever. Okay. So sitting there and asking a woman, oh, why you ain't call me? Why you ain't? All you need to know is the fact that she had a choice to hit you back and she had a choice not to. And she chose not to. Everything within the action of not hitting you back tells you everything you need to know. Why? Because you are a man and you think logically. So logically, her choice to not hit you back should tell you everything you need to know. And that's it. You don't need to ponder anything else. Because just like I said earlier, you are already meeting new women and bringing new women into the fold. So I ain't even got time to worry about why. I don't have time to worry about why. And it doesn't make sense for me to worry about why. So sitting there and asking a woman all these questions and this, that, and the third only makes you look weak. Why? Because you are focused on her and her reason. Why would a man who thinks logically be focused on the reasoning of someone who thinks emotionally? See, it doesn't make sense. So the second thing he talks about is sending subliminal messages through your stories or your social media. Now, there are two major things wrong with this. The first one is, once again, men and women are different. Women are emotional. Women go around the bend and take a bunch of curves to get to the same spot. A man, we are very direct. So the act of being subliminal about anything you're trying to express as a man makes you now feminine, literally. OK, that's number one. Number two, trying to send subliminals by, like he said, for example, taking pictures with you and other chicks or looking like you're trying hard to show that you're enjoying your life and all this other stuff is an indication of inconsistency, which is very unattractive to women for men. OK, when a man shows himself to be inconsistent, it is very unattractive to a woman. Consistency is all about your masculine identity. Who you are is who you are, and that doesn't change. That falls in with your consistency. So if she knows you to be the type of guy to be a chill, laid back type of dude, now all of a sudden you showing stories and social media posts about you living this big, crazy life and, popping bottles and all this crazy stuff. That's you being inconsistent. Now she know that you trying to flex and you still have her on your mind, which means that you're still putting her on a pedestal because you're trying to show out to send her a message because you don't know how to speak with her directly. So as a man, you have to be careful to not try to do this stuff, not try to show out, but to continue to be consistent and to have faith in your masculine identity and who you truly are. So the third thing he talks about is being rude to her when you see her. Okay, first of all, we must understand that going out of your character or going out of your way to be rude to someone is definitely feminine. So you're already messing up. You already look weak. You already look like the loser, just like the young man said in the video. Unless you are a belligerent jerk or asshole all the time, right? Which more than likely you're not. You going out of your way to be rude when you see her is only going to take you out of your masculine identity, which again is an indication of inconsistency, which only makes you look weak. And it also shows that you are still putting her on a pedestal because your change in character to be belligerent or rude when you see her indicates that you still have her on your mind and she's still affecting you in an emotional way. So you have to be very careful with that. Now, we have to remember that the choice to be respectful, to be cordial, and to treat people with a certain level of respect has less to do with other people and more to do with us as men, right? Your choice to be respectful, to carry yourself with a certain decorum and to behave congruently with your masculine identity has everything to do with you and your choice of how you want to show up and represent your masculine identity in any given situation. So we have to be careful about how we behave. And I know how it is. Sometimes you meet a woman, things are moving along and you think that has some type of potential because she's cool, she's cute, you find her attractive and everything's been smooth for the time that you've known each other and so on and so forth. So you think that something is moving in a direction. And then all of a sudden she might stop calling you. She might ghost you and all that other stuff. And then it makes you feel a certain way. I understand. But remember, we cannot allow the actions of other people to dictate our behavior. We cannot allow the actions of other people to dictate our behavior, because then what we're doing is we are literally allowing other people to control us. Okay, so we have to be careful. We have to have faith, gratitude, and appreciation for our masculine identity and carry ourselves based on the standards that we create for ourselves. So going out of our way to be rude to someone doesn't help us. Okay, and understand that any woman that doesn't see the value in you and chooses not to put out effort to be a part of your life, she has already done herself a disservice. So you don't need to be rude to her to make her feel any worse, because her missing out on your masculine identity is punishment enough. All right. So it's your boy, Miles Cunningham. Hope you got something from this video. Hope you're having a great day. Be good to yourself, be grateful, and remember, the truth is inside you. Peace.